Yeah, good morning. So we will go with some of the transformations today. The first transformation what I have taken over here is derived column. Okay, the spelling is wrong. Let me just correct it. Okay, yeah. So by using this derived column, so what we can do in SSIS is, okay, so we can add a new column. Okay, we can add a new column. Let's say from the source, if I'm getting 4 or 5 columns, and out of 5, again I need to go and derive some 3 to 4 new columns. So we'll go and use this derived column. Okay, so populating an extra column actually. Yeah, so by writing some expression, so like we have a case statement, no? So similar kind of thing here also. Yeah, then not only case, so whenever you're using any other functions and all, okay, it will act like a new temporary column, right? So by writing some logics or functions, so here also you can use many functions, so in SSIS level, so which are all we all already learn in SQL Server, like string functions, date conversions. Okay, everything is available over here as well. Okay, so by using those, so we will derive some new value and we'll consider that column as a new column. Okay, and on one more thing, the another usage of this derived column is we can derive new columns or we can replace the existing column by writing some expressions. Both the options are available. Okay, replacing is nothing but in the original column. Okay, so we can do some manipulation and we can replace it. So most probably we will not do any changes on top of the original columns. So mostly we'll add a new column and we'll derive some logics. Okay, so let me show you how it will be. Now for the example what I have taken over here is, see, there are company details wherein I have employee ID, all this. Okay, even I'll remove the employee ID as well. Let it be. I'll keep only the employee ID column. Okay, now what I required is, when I'm loading this particular data, so I do have only one column, right? But whereas in my table, let me create a table. Okay, create table company details, let's say. So what I need is, I need employee ID, comma, I also need employee ID. It should be identity, let's say. It's automatic generation number, and I need employee name, and I need employee company name. Also need email ID, which is again varchar of 100. I also require is active. Okay, so is active. Initially, whenever you're loading something, it should be that employee information should be active. This is what I need. So, but there are 5 columns I required, but out of which how many we have in the source file level?
Only email ID.
So we have only one column data, correct? We don't have ID, employee ID, we don't have employee name, we don't have company name, and then even is active also not present in my source file. Okay, but how can we derive that? Okay, how can we derive that? Let's see how it will be. I'm just going and creating the table. Yes, fine. Yeah, now that is my flat file, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And that is my flat file. And as I do have only one column, what is the delimiter I can choose here? Tell me.
None.
Sorry.
Comma or
They
anything
only
should be there.
delector now.
So the thing is, we can choose any delimiter, no problem. Why? Because here I do have only one column, right? So whatever delimiter you can choose, still it will read the complete information here. Okay, it doesn't matter if you have only one column. Yeah. So the flat, it as it is a flat file, I'll go and create a new connection as a flat file connection manager. So choose it as a flat file, browse, and let's go to desktop. I'll say all files. Okay, let's go to source, company details. Yeah. So now the text qualifier is not present there. Yes. And it is English language, and the code page is 1252. Yes. Can you see? Even if I change it into any other data type, still I am getting the data. Correct. It doesn't matter if you have only one column. Clear, guys? Yeah. And then in advanced, so I'll make this one as the original column. I'll make it as 100. Why? Because even my destination table is expecting varchar of 100 here. So let's preview it. Yes, I do have one column here. And let's make the destination connection as well. And this is fine. I'll make it as source connection. Okay. Now let's build a package. So as we are talking about source and destination, so what is the default thing, default task which we need to take here?
Data flow task.
Data flow task. Source destination means blindly you can go for this option. Okay. So loading company details. Yes. Now let's go to source assistant directly, or you can go for fact file source. Yeah, you can choose that. Anyway, you no need to do any kind of manipulations here. Okay, so still only one column I'm getting. Now from this, okay, so we will go and derive all the required information, employee name and employee company name and all. Okay, now if you observe in my company details, in my email id, if you see before @ whatever we have here is my employee name, and after @ and before dot, so whatever we have, that is what, that is company name. Yes, sir. So now tell me in SQL Server what exactly you need to use to derive these things.
We can go for substring and we can do that.
Yeah, we can go for a substring and then what is char index. Okay, the same thing is available in SSIS also, but in SSIS it is somewhat bit easier. So there we are writing multiple char indexes and all, right? But here it is very, very simple. Let me just show you. Yeah. So once we have taken a flat file, so need not to do any conversion also, because anyway it is taking each and every column as string, and I am also expecting a string over here for email ID. Okay. For the remaining we'll see later. Now you should not take directly the destination connection here, guys, because you need to first derive those columns. Okay, new columns. So in such case, go for a derived column. Can you see in the left hand side we have a function, I mean transformation, derived column. So you just, yeah, if you want you can just write down here deriving what, employee name and company name. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. And let's double click on it. See, double click on it. Now there are so many things here. Okay, so what which we required is very, very minimal things for this writing this expression. Okay, so first we'll see in the left hand side what exactly we do have. See, there are something called there is something called variables and parameters. Okay, so nothing but in SQL Server we do have a parameters and we do have a global variables and all, right? So like getting the date, otherwise row count or at the rate of identity, error functions like that. There are some system defined variables are there which will give some data, right? In the similar manner, here also we do have a user defined variables as well as system defined variables. User defined means whatever you are going to create. Okay, so here we have an option to create. When you go to control flow, when you go to control flow, right click. See, there is an option to create a variables. Okay, so see, there are two things which you can define. Okay, so one is variables, the another one will be parameters. Okay, there is a major difference, but both will save a value, but there is a major difference. I'll discuss it later. Okay, but both will store a single value at a time. Now when you add some variables here, okay, and store some values, this is kind of a user defined which we are defining, correct? Now but whereas in the system level we do have some variables. When you go to system defined variables, see, there are so many things like when the task has been created. Okay, I want that information, or who has created, and how much time it got executed, what is the creator name, yes, and what is the task name, what is the package name. All the information you can able to get it by using these variables. So what you can do, you can add this, you just drag and drop this, see, and this information will get added as a new column base. It will get it added as a new column, and using this variable, whatever the mission name, okay, let's say it is Vinod KJ, right? So that name you can able to dump in the table level. Okay, because it will add it as a new column, right? So what you can do, you can add a new column here saying that mission name, and you can map it. You can map this column so that the mission name will go and dump them. Okay, but as of now I don't want any of these system defined variables. Okay, whenever it is required we'll use it. Okay, I'm just going and deleting it. How to delete means right click on it, delete, that's it. Yeah, and even same like parameters, if there is any user defined parameters are there, so we can use it. There is no such parameters called system defined parameters. Only we have system defined variables. Okay, this is also very very important actually in some of the cases. Whenever situation comes, we'll use those variables. Okay, next, columns. So columns are nothing but from the input source file, whatever columns we have, those columns will represent over here. Anyway, we do have only single column, right? So it will represent only one column, and by using that column only we'll derive the expressions. Okay, and let's go a little bit up, and if you go to right hand side, so in a SQL Server level, whatever we have seen, so everything is available here as well. Let's go to let's go from bottom to top. See, there is a operators. So we do have all these operators, right? Plus, minus, star. Okay, I mean not star, it is a multiplication. Okay, slash, equals to, everything, all the operations are there. Okay, but the only difference here is, so when you put equals to operator here, you need to put double equals to, and if it is a or operation, don't write o or or. So it is a different thing. So you can see this is a or, logical or, and we do have a logical and operation. Okay, and what else? Yeah, I think remaining all the things are same like your SQL Server. Okay, so if you want to add anything or concatenation, subtraction, all the operators are available over here. Okay, so at what situation we can use this means, let's say there is a product quantity and product cost. I want to multiply that and show it as a total cost. In such a case, I'll go and use multiplication between those two columns. Clear, guys? First column into second column. Yeah, or if I want to add it, yes, you need to go for this symbol. So likewise, so we can use any operators for expressions. Next, typecast. Typecast means we have a conversion functions, no? Convert and cast, correct? So
Yes.
where you can able to convert from any data type to any data type, but there are some restrictions. Here what they are doing is for each data type, okay, for each data type, if you want to convert, let's say if you want to convert to a varchar, so there is a separate data type called dt underscore str. Str means string data type. Okay, if I want to convert to a varchar, so this is the data type. If I want to convert in varchar, dt underscore wstr. Okay, so where and all you have seen these names means when you go to your flat file source, not here. Let's drop this connection. I'll show you where you can see that shortcut names. Let me take data conversion. Okay, can you see here string means there is a shortcut name dt underscore str. In the similar way, for all the data types in the right hand side, okay, suffix suffix level, so you do have the shortcut names, correct? So you don't need to learn all the things, but at least a few things are mandatory for us. Okay, so anyway, that we'll use it in this level. Okay, in the derived column level you'll come to know. Double click. Yeah, so most probably what we will use is varchar, converting into varchar or nvarchar, or converting into date or boolean, okay, or float. Okay, these are the main date conversion functions we will use. Even see there are so many things called 2-byte integer, 4-byte integer, 8-byte integer. Okay, so we have many functions, conversion functions are there. Okay, so most probably using functions will be converting into varchars or nvarchars. Okay, these are the main functions, guys. Now when you go to nulls, so even in nulls also we can able to we have so many conversion functions are there, but you ignore all these functions, nobody will use this. The first two things are very very important for us. Okay, so you can replace the nulls with any other things. Okay, and there is a is null function, right? Is null function means if you put is null of this column name something, so if it has a null values, okay, then that values, that nulls we can consider as a new column. Okay, anyway, I'll use it in some of the cases, you'll get to know, and remaining things you can ignore, so we'll not, most probably will not use that. And date functions, again it is the same as your SQL Server functions. Okay, so data, date, if, same similar kind of same syntaxes. Okay, so you can use here as well. Okay, if you want to derive day, month, year, so everything is available. Even there is a get date as well. Yeah, and string functions. So all the string functions are same, but there are extra 2 to 3 new functions are there. Okay, and out of which, so the char index, right? In char index, if I want to find two to the second underscore, third underscore, we'll write multiple char indexes are there. Okay, but here you don't need to write any such kind of expressions. It is very very simple to write the char indexes here. So it is called as fine string in SQL in SSIS level. Okay, so I'll use it for the cases whatever we discussed till now, like deriving the company name and the email company name and then employee name. Okay, in such case we'll use this and you'll get to know. And then mathematical functions. So here there are something like square root and then round function, floor, and abs functions and all that. So here also we'll use two functions most probably. One is absolute value, that is abs. The other one will be rounding. Okay, so these functions I'll use in some situations. Okay, so you'll get to know. And similar kind of stuff whatever we discussed till now, the same options are also available in one more transformation. Okay, so that is called as conditional split, but the functionality here and there is different, but the same kind of options are available. Okay, so do remember it. So I'll ask again. Okay, so now what we will do is, so using this column and using the string functions, we'll derive the company name and then employee name. So tell me what exactly I need to use. to derive the first company employee name in this given email ID? How do you get this
We'll use a fine string.
fine string? So, but first of all, it is a string, no, out of which I need to get only Ravindra. So, what will you use?
We can go for
Substring function. Okay, so let's go for a substring. You just drag and drop. That's it. You can just drag and drop, and so before modifying it, so you can rename this column as so employee name, name. Okay, so now also see it is asking character expression, which means what is meant by character expression? Whether it is a column or a variable, you need to tell. Okay, so it's a column name, right? From which column we need to derive email ID. Okay, so you can just drag and drop. That's it. Okay, either you can type it or you can simply drag and drop. Okay, so still it is showing the red color symbol. See, if it is a red color symbol, it means that your syntax is wrong, or you are not fulfill the requirements. Okay, you are not keeping the proper arguments. That is what it should be. Yeah, it should be black color always. Yeah, then what is the starting point here?
One.
So I can hard code it, no? Then the length means
Char index.
char index
to
of
find out what?
char
At the
index
rate.
of at the rate.
So
At
at
the
the rate of position minus position
one.
of at the rate minus 1, correct?
One.
So now in such case, what you can do, simply you can drag the fine string here. Okay, now you need to write an expression for this. Okay, so what I will do, okay, so I'll write in the next column and later I'll copy and paste it over there, because instead of writing here, I'll write it over here directly. So first it is asking, so character expression, guys. So in
Email
SQL Server, what it will do? It
At the
will
rate.
ask the character position, which character position you need, correct? But here it is reverse case. So in which column you need that character? Sorry, in which input string you need to find out that character position. First you need to provide that. But in SQL Server, it is reverse case. Then now it is a string, right? So what character you need to find?
At the rate.
At the rate. And at the rate is a character or a integer?
Character.
It's a character. So in even in SSIS or SSRS, if it is a character, you need to put it in double quotes. Whereas in the SQL Server, it is single quote. Okay. Now you see. So in SQL Server, what is this option? Third argument is what?
For getting next at the rate.
So it is a start searching position. Oh, no?
Yes, yes, sir.
But in SSIS we don't have that. They made our job is very easy. Okay, so it is called as occurrence, guys. What is meant by occurrence means you tell me which at the rate you want. You need the first at the rate or second at the rate or third at the rate. Directly you can give it. So I will put at the rate. Okay, so we do have only one at the rate, no, here, correct? And you can put directly one, and it is mandatory, guys. So there the searching position is not mandatory, right? So only when you need the second, third, fourth underscores and all, in such case we'll go for searching position. If it is a first position, it is not required. But in this case, fine string level, even it is first character position, you need to tell which position you want, whether it is first, second, or third. For sure, you need to provide. And if you need second at that, you can put 2. It's very simple, no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now what you need to do, this fine string, where exactly you need to use? You need to use it in place of length. Now see. So this is the overall function. And also what you need to do you need a at the rate position or before at the rate?
Before at the rate.
So we need to do minus 1. Yes. Now let's delete the second one. We don't want it. Right click and delete. Now you can see after deriving this, okay, so we know that I'm getting a employee name. Now what is the employee email address in my table? Hello?
It is a worker.
It's a varchar. Okay, but after deriving it, see, can you see here? It is a
N varchar.
Unicode string, which means
N worker.
nvarchar.
Varchar.
So why it is taking nvarchar means, so in a derived column level, it will always act like your Excel. Nothing but it will always chooses the future data type. Okay, future data type. But actually what we required?
String we require.
We required a string. So now there are two options. What you can do is, okay, one is you can take the data conversion here and change it. Okay, you can take the data conversion and change the data type. But if I don't want to go and I want to do it here itself, there is an option. Okay, see, there is a typecast functions here. Now there is an option to go for a varchar, no, dt underscore this one. So what you can do, if I want to use the conversion functions, just take left hand side or prefix, to the substring function. Yeah, and so it is asking, can you give me the length? Okay, can you give me the length? Can you give me the length for varchar? So what is the length in my SQL Server level? It is 100, correct?
Yes.
So let's go with the same. And what is the code page? So what is the English language code page in SQL SSIS level?
1252.
1252.
Yeah. So you need to put 1 to 50, right? 1 second. Yeah, that code page you need to defaultly, it won't come defaultly, but you need to pass. Okay, 1252. Okay, so now see, can you see it is converted to string data type, correct? Can you see?
Sir.
So it got converted to string data type automatically. Okay, this is how we can able to use the convert function, guys. So whenever you are writing a any expressions. Okay, so in derived column, always you prefer to change the data types there itself. Okay, don't go with the data conversion again, because anyway we have available conversion functions here, right? You just see what data type it is giving after deriving, and also you can observe your destination data type. So accordingly you can go and change it directly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, now if I need to derive what else?
Company name.
Company name. So I'll put C name. Okay, so you can give any name, no issues. Okay, company name, you can write the full name also. Now even the company name also I need to derive from the email ID column only. So again, what I have to use here?
Substring.
Same substring function. Okay, and the expression is this one, and the starting position is what?
At the rate.
After at the rate, correct?
Yes.
So anyway, we have written a fine string right here. So I'll copy and paste it over here. The same thing, but is it plus one or minus one?
Plus one.
It's plus one. Okay, and length means what?
The
It
position
is
of at the rate.
dot minus at the rate minus one, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Position of dot and then position of at the rate and minus one. So what I will do, I'll write it over here first. Okay, and then we'll change it accordingly. So what I will do, how do you find out dot position?
By placing dot there.
Yes, here we just need to put, okay, minus at the rate of position and overall minus one, correct?
Yes. Yes. Sir.
And I'll put the brackets for that just to make sure, and copy it, and in place of length in a substring level, I'll go and paste it. So I'm not writing anything new here. Okay, so whatever we learned in the SQL Server, I'm writing the same. Now it's done. Now you can see I'm going to delete it. See, still it is a Unicode, right? So again, you know, to drag and drop, simply you can copy paste this in the below. Now it got converted to string. Yes. Yes. Next, What else we required? So now this employee ID is required. No, employee ID anyway, it is identity. It will automatically get inserted. Yes. So yeah, and then what else? Email ID is coming. Is active we required. So initially what they said, email is active means. So every employee should be active. That's what they said, correct? Initial times, whenever I'm loading. Yes or no? So for that, okay, so you don't need to derive anything. Simply you can put 1. Okay, 1. And you can make it as is active. Because each and every value should be, each and every employee should be active initially. Later on, if they want, they can update in the SQL level. Okay. Now, if I put 1, anyway, it is an integer. See, it is 4-byte signed integer. But according to us, what should be the data type? Bit. Now, what you have to do?
Boolean.
You need to convert it to Boolean. Can you see there is a deity underscore bool? Just put it over here. Now it convert into Boolean. Okay. So totally we have 4 columns here, and the employee ID anyway it will get generated automatically as it is an identity. So now we are deriving a new columns, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And there is an option when you go here. See, there is an option called replace email ID. Replace email ID. So if you want to derive something and replace the original columns, is we do have an option. Okay, but in our requirements, so it is not required. So we'll add it as a new columns and we'll derive something, and finally then we'll map it to the original. Okay, now you can see from the flat file I'm getting 1 column, and from the derived column I'm getting totally 3 columns. So overall how many?
4 columns.
4 columns. So it will mix both, and finally for my mapping purpose, for my destination purpose, so it will be giving us totally 4 columns, guys. Okay, let me take the OLEDB destination here. I think everyone is following. If I'm going fast, let me know.
We know
Yes.
if we have 100 columns, for 100 columns we need to define there.
So if you have 100 columns in where? In a flat file?
Actually, you have taken 5 columns right now.
Yes, correct.
So if I have 100 columns.
No, if you have 100 columns in where, whether it is a destination or a source.
Source.
Okay, in a source
No,
level,
no.
you do.
Okay, in destination, if I have 100 columns, I need to add for 1 column email ID. So that time.
So see, the thing is, let's say you mean to say there is 100 columns in my destination table, correct?
Yeah.
Now, how many you have in the source level?
Source level 1 or 2.
1
if
or
I
2
want
columns.
to add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now in the source level, 2 columns. Now by using that, you need to derive 100 columns, correct? Now they should give us the logic. Okay, they should give us the logic. Okay, by using those 2 columns, what and all the expressions you need to write to get those 100 columns, they should give the logic, so that we can derive all the 100 columns logics over here. Let's say first column, let's say it is a price. Now I need to multiply with 2, that is 1 column, and the other one will be I need to multiply with some tax, so that is second column. So likewise they should give some logics. Okay, so generally will not derive those many columns, so maximum will derive very less. Okay, not even 10, less than 10. Sometimes yes, if there is a case, definitely will add more than 10 also, but it's very rare cases. Okay.
Yeah, bro, in case if you want to get employee ID also here, so how do we give them, like increasing sequence?
So in SSIS level, we cannot put the sequence number here. It's not possible. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now overall we are getting here 1 column, here 3 columns, totally 4. Now let me add OLEDB destination, because we have available columns now to map it. So here choose the company details. Yes, and go to mappings. So can you see? So there are few columns has been mapped automatically, few are not. Why? Because because of the column names. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Employee name is mapped because of the same column. So company name, so I have taken as the C name, but in my table it is E company name. So I need to go and map it manually. And then email ID column it is same, exact column is same. Okay. And what about the employee ID? So in my destination I do have employee ID column, but do I have that column in my source level?
No.
No. Okay. So basically you need to ignore it, guys. Why? Because so as it is automatically, taking the values. Okay. So you should not, you should not pass anything. Okay. So if you pass some column name here, so what will happen? No, it will throw an error. So let me show you. See, I just ignored company name, and in place of that, I'm passing C name. Okay. So when you click on OK, see, still it is a cross symbol, and what error it is showing means failure inserting into read only column. Read only column means so that column will automatically generate the numbers, right? So will you pass a value for that column generally in SQL Server level?
No.
No. If I want to pass a value, then what you need to do?
I need to enable identity insert.
You need to enable the identity insert, correct? So
Yes.
see, if you do that, if you need to do, say that there is an option in the OLDB destination, keep identity. Okay, keep identity means, see, the identity is enabled. Now it will allow to pass a external value for identity column. Okay, but I'm not passing any values as of now. So I'll just ignore the column, employee ID column, which is automatically get generated using identity, and the rest of the columns I'll map it. So this error usually you'll get it in the real time, guys. So read only means you blindly understand that. So okay, there is an identity column. I'm passing some value. Actually, I should not. Okay, you can just ignore it. Any questions here? Okay, let's load it. See, it's just loading it first initially. It's not directly running the package, it's just loading. So I'll tell you what will be the process when it is trying to load. See, totally 6 rows has been loaded, and you can just go and check your table. Can you see? The employee ID has been generated automatically, and the employee name is derived from email ID, and even the company name. Then email ID is coming from the source, and they're all are active initially. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is how we can derive new values from the existing columns, and that we can able to map it to our destination. This is the purpose of derived column, guys. You got it? మీరు మెయిన్ పర్పస్ అర్థం చేసుకోవాలండి. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ పర్పస్ అని. సో లాజిక్స్, నెక్స్ట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్, దట్ విల్ సీ లేటర్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకేనా? అవి వెన్ ఎవర్ యు ఆర్ రైటింగ్ సమ్ లాజిక్స్, ఆటోమేటిక్లీ ఇట్ విల్ కమ్. దట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్, బట్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ మెయిన్ గా. సో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ.
Before loading, is there any option to preview? Like yesterday we have seen red flat files. At the time we have preview option, right?
Yes, we have an option to preview, but directly in derived column level we do not have. Let me just show you. So I'm just deleting the OLDB destination, guys. So now the best thing in SSIS is, let's say you have taken the OLDB destination and you dumped, and the problem is I did a mistake actually. Okay, I did a mistake. Let's say what I will do is I'll take here as a 2, guys. So if I take 2, what will happen?
It will
From
be 0.
From the second character onwards, it will get the employee name. But is it correct? No, right?
No.
Now, what I did is, let's say my package will run for 5 minutes, for an example, and I load it. And after loading, I came to know that there is a problem, correct? Now again, what you have to do?
To stop debugging again, you need to.
First, you need to remove the data from the table and write the again expression, rewrite the expression, and again load it. So how much time you need to spend there totally? You are running 2 times basically, and each time it is taking 5 minutes. Overall, it will take 10 minutes, correct?
Yes, yes.
And that too, you need to truncate the table. That is also there. Okay. So that truncate again, it's a big headache. Why? Because not truncate, delete, because in the table already yesterday's and day before yesterday's data also there. So I need to delete only today's data. So you need to write a delete statement by using a where condition based upon the date. You need to go and delete it. So which will obviously take some time. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now to avoid all kind of these situations, okay, before loading itself, let's preview the data. Let's preview the data in SSIS itself and make sure the data is coming so according to our expectation. Okay, so if it is fine in the preview level, let's add the OLED destination. Now how do you preview means? Okay, so you can use either of the transformations, guys, but mostly people are using derived column for the previewing. Okay, I'm not going to do any changes here. It's just kind of a dummy transformation. So what you can do, simply add a data path, but I'm not going to write any expressions here. So right click on this, right click on this data path, and there is something called enable data viewer, which means whatever data is coming from flat file to derived column, and from derived column to this, in between it will, I'm going to preview the data. I want to preview the data, what is exactly coming. Okay, see, if you preview here, you can also preview here as well, but how many columns you will get it over there?
Only employee ID, employee
Only
email ID.
email ID. But I need what? After deriving everything, I need to preview it, correct? So that's where
Yes, yes.
you should go and enable the data viewer here. See, there is a search symbol comes, correct? Now you see, it won't dump the data into database, guys. It will just preview the data for us. You can just see. Can you see? Yeah, see, my employee name is coming wrong, no? It is getting selected from the second character onwards, and till at the rate it is choosing. But my employee name, I came before loading itself, I came to know, okay, it is wrong. Whatever expression I'm writing, it is wrong, correct? So now what you can do?
We
You
can
can change
change
the
that.
expression.
So now you can go and change the expression. And you can just again do Control S and start it. Now you can see it's coming fine. Now what you can do, you can just make sure the data is coming fine. So once it is done, then finally you can just remove this derived column and go and add your OLED destination. So I'll just do a Control Z and it came, and I can start it. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is one kind of error handling, guys. So yesterday we have seen like what, day before yesterday kada? Using these options, error handling, ignore failure redirect row, and then fail component, right? And the another one, how do you debug your package, or how do you do the error handling means by using data viewer also. Because if something went wrong in the data level, I can able to preview it directly, correct? So these are the two options which we have to debug the package, guys. Okay, and there are few more also will come, okay, going forward. So now, as of now, this one. Yeah, so while developing, always will preview by using these derived columns. Okay, you can also use some other transformations as well, but most probably we'll use the derived column. Okay. So yeah, and once the development has been completed, at last we'll add the OLEDB destination. Yeah. Any questions?
Sir, in derive column, they have a name, column name. It is just for our understanding what's because in DB were change and in the derived table column name is change.
Sorry, I'm not getting. Can you come again?
Sir, in derived table, the column name is there, no, sir?
Derived, it's derived column, not derived
Huh.
table. Yeah.
Sorry, derived column. Column name is differ, sir, in DB in this. Is it our understanding they giving or what, sir? E name, E cam.
Yeah.
Is
Okay. So see, these column names we can provide, no problem. Okay. But this logic they should tell. Okay. So from where I need to fetch this employee name and C name and all. So from which existing columns we need to derive, they need to tell, but you need to write an expression for, okay, for that. And the column names, these things, these are all, given by us only, what our, as per our understanding purpose. But my recommendation, so please try to give the same column names, whatever they're in the database name, so that automatically it will get mapped. Okay.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, bro, in case if this is running and someone is updating additional row in that flat file, so will it reflect in the output? That is OLEDB.
So in generally in the real time, no, if someone is trying to open this file, right? Okay. So it will throw an error actually saying that it's in a readable mode, so you cannot able to modify anything. Okay. Because they will keep that files in a shared location where everyone can access. Okay. So if someone is open that file, no, it will throw an error saying that it's in a readable mode. Okay. So you cannot able to modify anything. I can show you right now itself how it will be. Yeah, this is the file now. Right click, go to properties. I see there is a read only mode. If I'll go and click on it, right? Even though if he open the file, okay, and he'll change something, let's say he'll remove this co and trying to save it. See, it is not saving the original file. It is asking me to save it in a new file. Okay, because this is a read only. Read only means you can just view it, but you cannot change it. Okay. Because
exclusive log, shared log,
kind of thing, exactly. So we have a exclusive lock, right? So if it is exclusive lock, until unless it get released, so you cannot able to do any changes, correct? So in the similar manner, okay, so here it is in a readable mode. Okay, always whatever the clients they are giving, right? So those people will keep it is in a readable mode, which means only you can read the data, but you cannot modify anything. But if you are trying to modify something, and if you try to save it, so it will not save it in the original file. So it will ask us to give a new file name like this. See, there is a new file has been created. You cannot modify the original. See, even if you try, so it will throws an error. Let me show you. Open it. No, not this one. The original file I'm opening and trying to do Control S, and I'm going to replace that. See, it is saying that company details. This file is set to read only. Try again with a different file name. So they cannot modify the original file. Okay.
Okay, in case if they have not put it on read-only mode.
No, it should be read only always. The client will give us in that manner only, because see, that is the client data, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so our people should not go and modify it. So they will definitely put it as a read only. So, and let's say, so let's go with your scenario only. If it is not readable, read only, and if they're trying to open some file and put some value, right? Maybe the SSIS package is running, and it is reading at 100th row. Okay, now if he made any changes at 1000th row, okay, so it will definitely read that value, whatever changes he made. So if he made at first row level, so the first row is already loaded, correct? So it won't read that change.
Yeah,
Clear?
it have just completed everything.
Mm-hmm.
It has just completed reading all the rows,
Mm-hmm.
and he's adding one more row extra.
Mm-hmm. So if the package is already executed, then it cannot able to read it. Okay, but if it is in a still in a execution level and it is trying to read, maybe in the last row, meanwhile, so he has added a new row. Okay, still the package is still executing. In such case, it can read it. Okay, so your package should be in a running mode, so that whatever new row he has added, that will come into the database level. But if the package is execution is done, and after that if you add, that will not come into the picture.
Okay, so in case if I want for every 1 hour I'll be adding a row, I should get it updated. So for every 1 hour we should run this package, right?
Exactly. And we will not run it, we will make a schedule
Schedule
action.
it.
Yes, exactly. Next.
Can we run this package for every 5 minutes or something
Yes,
like that?
we can.
For every minute?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
In real time, how it will like in the same servers we are using like client and where we are pulling the data and where they are pushing the data. So it will be in the same location, or like we need to download that file into our local and then we need to push the data.
Yes, generally these files will be stored in something called FTP folders. Okay, so where we need to go and set up some FTP tasks. So we do have FTP task in the control flow. From there, we need to download into our locals. Okay, so I have a YouTube video for that. I'll give it to you because it's a real-time FTP folder. So where they have placed the files and how to use the FTP task and download it to our local. So I have shown it over there. Okay, so I'll give it to you.
Okay,
Because those are very
Once we downloaded that, like whatever the changes he is doing in FTP level, like client, so that changes will not get right. So we are downloading the
no, because we already downloaded the files, right?
Yeah.
So how will it, whenever you're loading the file, loading the files, that changes won't come. But so if you need it, again you need to re-download it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you want, we'll try to deploy this packages, guys. Generally, I used to tell the deployment last, but let's go and deploy these packages. Okay. Now, where exactly you need to go and deploy, I'll show you. So in SQL Server level, okay, in SQL Server level, there is something called integration catalogs, integration services catalogs. So in this folder, we'll go and deploy, guys. Okay, why do we need to go and deploy? So in a integration in the SSMS level means, so here we have an option to schedule the packages by using jobs. Yeah, but whereas for reporting, so we'll go and deploy in the report server level. Okay, don't think like for SSIS also we do have some kind of URL, because why they are giving a URL for the reporting means it's kind of a preview, correct? Hello.
Yes.
That is a representation, right? But in the ETL process, what we are doing, we are loading, correct? We are not showing anything. So that's the reason there is no separate URL for to deploy the SSIS package. So we'll go and deploy in the integration services catalogs itself. So how do you need to deploy means, first of all you need to create a DB. You need to create a separate DB to deploy the packages, guys. So what you need to do, right click, create a SSIS catalog, and there is an option called enable CLR integration. Just click on it. See, this is the SSIS DB name, which automatically it will choose, and it will be same for all your for all of your machines also. Okay, you cannot make changes for your DB name, SSIS DB, and you enter some password 12345 12345. Click on OK. It is saying that there is already some DB name is there. Let's go and delete it. I think for last batch we have already created, no? So it is saying that is already exist. Let's go and delete it first and we'll see. SSIS DB. Here it is, guys. I'll just delete it. Okay. Okay, done. Let's try. Okay. Can you see? There is a SSIS DB has been created. Under this DB, we'll go and deploy it. Okay. Don't think like it will go and deploy in normal databases. There is a separate option which they had given for SSIS, Integration Service Catalogs. Okay, which is introduced in 2012 onwards. Before that, we will deploy under MSDB, guys. So in a system defined database, we have a MSDB database, no? So here we'll go and deploy it. But whereas now, so we'll go and deploy a separate folder under integration catalog from 2012 onwards. Okay, so let me just try something. Okay, fine. Now in this folder you need to deploy. So in SSIS also the deployment is very easy. Okay, I'll show you how it will be. Right click. Okay, there is a deploy option. Yeah, here it is. And you just click on just next. Okay, so it is asking, tell me where exactly I need to deploy. So we need to deploy in SSIS SQL Server, no? Let's click on next. There is an option to deploy in Azure also. Yeah, it is asking server name, guys. Server name is what? So your SQL Server. Okay, that is this name. Let me put it over here. And it is asking what authentication. Let it be the same authentication and click on connect. See, it got connected. Now it is asking, tell me where exactly I need to store. So where we need to exactly store that packages?
In SSIS DB.
Under integration catalogs, SSIS. And you need to browse to that particular path. Browse. See, it automatically chosen that. And under that, if you want to, create a folders, you can create it. Let's say I'll say SSIS 17 batch packages. Click on OK. Let's wait. See, new folder has been created and I want to store all my packages under this. Let's click on OK. Yes, click on, that's it, guys. Server name, click on connect and choose the path where exactly you want to. Click on next, click on deploy. That's it, done. See, 2 to 3 steps. Now, will it deploy only one package or complete packages?
Complete packages.
All the packages. Okay, now go to SQL Server, just refresh it. Now you can see how many drill downs will be there. SSIS DB, under that SSIS 17th package, under that projects, we do have only one project, that is SSIS sample package. Under that, how many packages are available, it will be showing. Can you see? Derived column and all these things are available. Understand? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we'll make a schedule also. Okay, so someone asked, like, if I want to run that file and for every 1 hour, okay, how it will gonna act. Okay, let's schedule it, guys. Okay, and also we'll change the data. Okay, in the email IDs, let's keep on change the data for every 1 minute and let's see whether the data will get stored or not. Okay, now first of all you need to make the schedule because you should not run manually. So how do you schedule this one? Automatically means, okay, that's the main purpose of your SSIS package. It should not run manually, it should automatically run. Okay,
Sir, regarding scheduling, do we get to know the frequency of time
yes,
from client itself?
yes. So
Okay.
sometimes they may say the exact time, but sometimes based upon the timing, what time they will place the files, right? So depend on that, we'll decide. Let's say they're placing the files at evening, maybe in the morning times, 5 o'clock. Okay. So we will put some buffer time and we'll try to start at 7 o'clock because sometimes it may delay, right?
Yeah.
So we'll keep some buffer time. Let's say my ETL will take 2 hours time, to run the packages and load the data into the database. So when I start at 7 o'clock, by the time we will be into the office, so 9 o'clock the data will be available.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is how it will. Sometimes
So,
it will be depends.
okay.
Yeah.
Usually in real time, we only do the job scheduling for one time so that the complete entire data of yesterday's data will be added.
Exactly. Yes.
Only one time.
Yeah, one time we'll schedule it. It will keep on run, and whenever some changes required for packages or if it is fails, so we are the responsible persons.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's where people used to tell, like, I'll be having some calls in the night times or maybe in the midnights and all, right? So when you have the schedules, right, we don't know at what time they will schedule, correct? Because if you are working for UK projects, so when you are sleeping, those people are working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in such cases, if something is fail, you need to wake up and work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's where your support job will come into the picture.
Oh, okay, sure, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
So now I think you have some picture, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
now, see, how do you schedule a package? You just see, guys. Okay. So
Before scheduling, I have a question.
yes.
So while we scheduling, even we close our system or log out of our systems or shut down the system,
No problem.
even then
if
will
you
it
close
run?
the system, lock your system, no problem. The only thing needs to be running here is your SQL server should be running, SQL server, and your SQL server services should be running, not your SSMS, guys. Your services. You go to this. See, there is a SQL server is running service, and there is a agent, SQL server agent. This should also run. If both are running, you need not to open your SSMS. So though, if any schedules are happening, it will automatically run.
For suppose now I have shut down my system. So
you
then,
shut down your system completely.
Yes.
Then gone, no? It won't run.
Okay.
So in real time, nobody will shut down the servers. Okay, we'll just lock and we'll go. Okay.
No. What I mean is, today I'm working in office, and evening I should return back to my home.
Correct.
So while coming, I'm getting my laptop along with me.
Correct.
So then I'll just shut down my laptop and get it to my home, and I just forgot to turn it on again.
So how a ETL will run? That is what your question, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So the thing is, we will not run our ETLs in our local machines. Okay, we'll run it in the servers. Okay, so servers will not at any point of time, nobody will shut down it. Okay, we'll just close the servers. That's it. So all the services, whatever it is there, it will run automatically. 24/7, it will be running mode. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Even though if you switch off your laptop, that is fine, because in the server level it will be running. Okay. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah, like that it will be. That's where we'll always work on the servers. It will be security purpose, and also like it has to be always in a running mode. Okay. So now my point here is, if you schedule something and if it needs to run always, then the only thing is these two services should be in a running mode. You need not to open your SQL, SSMS also. Okay. Now you can see your service SQL server is running, but agent is not running. You need to start the server. I think it is running. Okay. So the thing is, so it is a, it's not an automatic action. It is a manual action, which means we need to go and enable this. Okay. But if you make it automatic, right? Right click, go to properties. See, there is a automatic option. So which means whenever you start your mission, right, automatically these two will get start. Understand?
Should it be in automatic or should it be in manual mode, sir?
No, it should be automatic, because when you open your SSMS, automatically it should start. let's say I need in such a way, then we'll go for automatic action. But if my agent I require to start manually, go for manual. But generally it will be automatic.
Okay. It is nothing wrong if we keep it automatic every time. No wrong, right? Nothing
Yes,
wrong.
no, nothing, no problem. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
one more question in that read-only file.
yes.
So, for suppose, let's say my client is telling me that only one line, one word need to be changed. You just change it by yourself.
In such a
So,
case, it's very simple. You can just right click, remove the read only option, change
so
it.
do we have
and
rights
then,
for that?
yeah, you should. Do you have rights for that? Means, definitely we should have the rights to modify it. Otherwise, you cannot. See, there is a security option. Okay, so you should have a authority to do the change. You should have a full control on this. Then only you have an option to change it. Otherwise, you cannot.
In that case, I can morph or manipulate some data, right?
See, you can manipulate means it is your mistake, right? So definitely
Yes.
blame will come to you only. If the client is saying something, you should go and do the same thing. If you manipulate means, obviously it will come to you only end of the day, correct?
Yes, yes.
So I think what you are thinking
No,
is,
no. What
yeah.
I'm telling is, suppose in case if my colleague or someone else has just changed it,
Okay,
who is working on the same server, I
correct.
just changed it to some other value. So in that time, currently I'm working on that file, and he has changed it, and I'll be not able to give the proper data to my client. So in that case,
You are changing it. Then meanwhile, what he is doing? He is also
no,
changing
he's
something.
changing. No, he's changing it, and I'm working on that changed data.
Okay.
So in that case, I'll not be able to give proper data to my client, right?
Okay. In such a case, what you need to do is, so it's kind of a conflict, right, between you and your colleague. So
Yes.
you try to send an email saying that I'm going to work on this file. So please do not touch anything. Okay. Otherwise, that's the better thing, I think. So sending an email will, avoid these conflicts. Okay. Because we don't know who is working on that, right? Because here you will see only the date, what is the modified date, but who modified, we don't know. Correct?
Yes.
So it's better to send an email before doing any manipulations there. Okay. Otherwise, try not to give an access to them. Okay. These are the options we have available.
Okay.
Clear? Yeah. Now, any other questions? Okay. Now, how do you schedule a SSIS package? We'll see by using SQL Server Agent, guys. Okay. By using SQL Server Agent, that too using SQL jobs. I think we have already created a job, no? Earlier? No?
No.
Okay, fine, no problem. So now by using SQL Server Agent jobs, we will automate the process. We will automate the process. In most of my telephonic interviews, I used to say like, so we will develop the packages and we'll automate the packages. This is the point I used to say. That automation has been done using the SQL Server Agent by creating the jobs. Okay, now it's very easy to create the jobs. Let me just show you. Okay, now I'll not do for entire packages. We'll do it for one, and remaining if you can try. Let's see that. Okay, please observe it. Right click on the jobs, click on new job, and it is asking what is the job name. Let's say daily underscore derived column. So I'm telling that daily job, and which is a package that is derived column package. Okay, I'll also mention like package, just to identification purpose what we are running. Okay, that's it, guys. Now go to the next option called steps. So in the steps, so you should tell which package you need to run, because the packages are stored in SSIS DB, right? Not in the jobs, correct? So you need to give a relation, from these jobs to this SSIS DB, saying that which package I need to run. Clear? Now go to steps. There is something called new step. And if it will ask for step name, you can provide anything, no problem. Yeah, let's say I'll make it a step 1. Yeah, so it is asking, tell me whether should I run any PowerShell script or any SQL script or SSIS packages or SSIS cubes, anything. Okay, whatever you want, you can run it here. Okay, even a TSQL store poser also you can write. If it is a TSQL store poser, see, you need to select the TSQL and take any database wherever you want to run the store proc and keep the query over here. That's it, guys. It will run automatically. So later we need to put the timings and all that I'll show you. But this is how we'll run a SQL query. But if I want to run a SSIS package, see SQL Server Integration Services packages. See the configurations have been changed. Correct. Now it is asking where is the package source. The package source, obviously it is the SSIS catalogs, integration catalogs only, right? See, you can see integration services catalogs. So that is a default option which it has been shown, so you can keep that as it is. Now it is asking for the server name. Server name is same, your SQL server name, you can put it, and you browse again the path of that package, guys. See, it is automatically showing the integration service catalogs. Go to SSISDB and that folders and choose the package whichever you want to run. That's it. Click on OK. Clear? So I went for general, where I am giving the job name, and here in the steps I'm clicking on a new step where I'll be adding. So from where I need to get that package path and all I have selected. That's it. And schedule means, so I know which package I need to run, but I don't know what time it has to start. Correct? That has to be done in the schedule levels. Click on new, and again you need to provide the schedule name. I'll make sure it's kind of a schedule 1, let's say. Yes, now there is type, guys, schedule types. So there are many options here. Okay, so if I want to run only one time, so you can go for one time. Okay, recurring means it will be keep on replicating, okay, based upon the schedule whatever we have provided, and start whenever the CPU become ideal. Okay, let's say I want to start my job when my CPU is not doing any work. Okay, and then start automatically when SQL Server agent start. So whenever SQL Server agent services starts, right? So that time, if I want to start a job, so we'll go for it. Generally, nobody will go for all these 3 options. People will go for recurring option. Recurring means, so based upon the schedule, so it will keep on repeat. Yeah, and yes, there are many options here. If I want to run only weekdays, yes, there is a weekly option. If I want to run daily, yes, we have another option. If you want to run monthly, yes, we do have this. Okay, so let's go with weekly. That too, I want to run only on business days, that is this. Okay, some schedules will run Saturday Sundays also, guys. Okay, they'll ask us to run Saturday Sundays also. You need to select that. Okay, now here it is asking every week it will run. Okay, every week. Okay, that too on these days it will run. Okay, and what time it has to run. Okay, see, occurs once at a particular time, or occurs every minute or hour, whatever you want. Let's say every minute, every 2 minutes I want to run my schedule, guys. Okay, and what is the starting time? Let me put it as 08:30. I think 8:30 it is fine. No, I think this is the correct 8:31:32. I'll put it. Okay, and this is the end time. Okay, 11:59:59. Okay, again it will start tomorrow 8:32, and the starting date is today date. And if you want to put any end date, you can put it, means when your schedule should be ended. And if you don't know, you can put no date. Later we can change. Are you clear with these options? Because these are familiar uh, with everybody, so we can choose whatever timings we want to run. That's it.
Sir,
Are you
here
clear?
mentioned every 2 minutes, right, sir? Here,
Yes,
after
correct.
every 2 minutes. For
Yes.
example, if there are 3 jobs, sir, so for every 2 minutes, each and every job is running.
Yes.
If we have kept the same for all the 3 jobs, then one first job will run
No,
every 2 minutes?
no, 3 jobs will run at the same time. If
Same
the
time.
schedules are same, means every 2 minutes, and even all are starting at the same time, 3 will run parallelly.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, now that time your CPU has to spend more time, correct?
Yeah, then if I am scheduling it, sir, if I am running it daily, or we have scheduled, and it obviously it will take my CPU. This
No, it's not your CPU basically. See, everybody is working on the same server, right?
Server.
So yes, so for everybody the CPU cost remains same. Okay, the same CPU will be utilized for all the 3 jobs. Okay, yeah. So now 832 is already passed. I'll go with 833 and click on OK. And meanwhile, I'll go and truncate the table. Okay, or at least truncate table name. Let me do it fast. Okay, now if it is running fine, then it has to load the data, correct? 833 it will start. Okay, again then it will start at 835. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not yet loaded, so it means that there is a problem. Let's go and check. So now see, there is a new job has been created. Right click on it. See, this is the new job, guys. Let me just refresh. Now this is the one. If I want to see the history of it, what exactly, whether it is success or failure, right click on it. There is a view history option. I think it got failed. Let's see what is the failure. Okay, open the all executions report. Just a second. Huh? Okay, it is saying that failed. To view the details of execution, right click on the integration catalog. So open the all execution and see. Okay, so the problem is in the job level, I'm not able to see the exact information why it got failed. Okay, but there is another option to view the information, guys. So what you can do, so here we have a integration catalogs, right? Here we'll get the here we have a SSIS DB. No, here we have an option to get the executions, which means what exactly is happening inside a package we can see. Okay, so right click on the SSIS DB. There is something called reports. So all your SSIS reports will come here. We are not creating anything, but this is the dashboard which is given by the Microsoft defaultly, and where you can see the complete information, guys. So you can just see, it will open a report for us, because all the execution has been stored in in the DB level. See, 2 got failed. So because it started again at 34 as well, correct? Yeah. So it got failed. So this package. So can you see this what is that? This report is called as what? When I'm placing the cursor, see,
Drill through.
drill through. Okay, when I clicking on it, see, they have defined one more report wherein it will pass to the child and it is showing the complete information. Okay, see, here you can see the details. Loading company details, flat file failed, pre-execute phase. Okay, loading company data, cannot open the data file. Okay, it is saying that it cannot open to open the file. So see, can you see the error here? when I'm executing the same package in the SSIS level, see, it is running, right? Correct?
Yes.
But the same file I have deployed. Okay, but it is saying that loading company details cannot open the data file, here. And you can also see the file as well in the location, correct? So if you ask me what is the problem over here means, the problem is, okay, so in the SQL Server level, in the integration level, when it is trying to access to that particular file, right, it may not have it required a permissions. Okay, na? ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫోల్డర్ ఉంది కదా, ఈ ఫోల్డర్ కి full permissions ఉండవు అన్నమాట ఒక్కొక్కసారి. So that's the reason it is not able to, it is not able to open that particular file. Okay, but if at all, if you keep this file in a C folder, it's kind of a admin, right, wherein we have all the accesses, correct or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
So if you keep this file in a C folder level, you don't need to provide any rights. But as it is there in some different places, okay, so definitely it will expect a permission, guys. Okay, now what you need to do is, okay, so you can try to give, so it is in the desktop level, so you try to give for the parent, okay, parent folder key, try to give an access, and let's see whether it will run fine or not. So how to give the access, I'll show you. Right click on the see, these things and all you need not to do in the real time. Okay, so but if you remember, if you do remember this, it is better. Why? Because in the interview point of view, you can tell them like, when I'm running the package initial times, it is throwing an error because of the security of your folders. So then I went for folders and gave the permission so that my packages are running fine. Okay, so one kind of issue we can tell them. So go to properties, security, and edit, add. Okay, I'll show you again, don't worry. So here we need to type everyone, because for everyone this permission should be, this permission we should enable. And see, there is a full control option, guys. Full control means they can do anything basically. Okay, and apply. Okay, now for this folder, so we have a full control option, so now anyone can go and do any changes. Okay, now let's go and see. I'll truncate my table again. $34 అయింది, 36, 38, I think 40. My SSIS package again it will run, and you can see, keep on, you can just see how many times it has been run. See, to 4 times every 2 minutes it is running, correct? Every 2 minutes it is running. 33, 30, maybe it is delayed. Here 33. Okay, 33, 35. Okay, 37, 39. Now it has to start at 41.
41.
Let's see, if it is success or failure. We can see even in the dashboard level, guys. Okay, see all the information, it has been automatically captured. Now it will be showing 4 times errors, 4 failures. This is one of the one of the advantage that the Microsoft has given this dashboard, because wherein we can able to see the complete information of your package. Exact గా ఏం జరుగుతుందో మనకు తెలిసిపోతుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా, ప్యాకేజ్ ఫెయిల్ అవుతుందా, if it is failing, where exactly it is failing. You just need to check always all the messages, so wherein you can able to see the information. Okay, so 41, guys. I think it's ran. Let's see whether it is success. Now it is success. One succeeded is there. But to make sure whether it is success or failure, if you go and check your table data, it has to be available, correct? Now you see the data is available, so which means the package is run successfully, correct? Hello?
Bro, same error అంటే కెనాట్ ఓపెన్ ద ఫైల్ అని చెప్పేసి SSIS లో అంటే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తాం కదా, రన్ చేస్తాము. సో అప్పుడు వచ్చేది. సో
అప్పుడు రాదు, ఎందుకంటే యువర్ విజువల్ స్టూడియో డజంట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఎనీ పర్మిషన్స్. ఓకే,
నేను చేసేటప్పుడు వచ్చింది బ్రో. అంటే అప్పుడు ఫుల్ కంట్రోల్ ఇవ్వాలా?
ఫుల్ కంట్రోల్ ఇవ్వండి. జనరల్ గా రాదు. When you are doing with SSI Visual Studio level, you need not to require any, because your SSIS also kind of a local, right? But SQL Server agent is kind of a separate service actually. So for that service again you require a full control permission to access any folders. Okay, but if at all you're getting an error, go and give the full control there. Okay guys, now let's go and change something in the file immediately, because it will get started in next 1 minute. Meanwhile I'll go and change sources, company files. At least I'll change a name, Sita and Geeta. I think, okay, let it be Sita. I'm closing this file. Now only we do have 2 rows. Now it has to insert only 2 rows into my table, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's see. So now it is 43. So which means my ETL has ran. Now you go and check your table. Can you see? Only these 2 rows come into the picture. Now, am I running any package here?
No.
Manually?
You are running the job. No.
No, I'm not running. Even I'm not part of this, activity. Still, it's automatically ran. And whenever the client is placing a new file, it automatically dumps the data into ETL. Okay, without our activity. So it is automatic. It is automatically doing its process, correct? Once we build a package. So that's where we will go for SSIS guys, because it's a, once we build something we can automate it. So yeah, understand?
Yeah, now in case if we rename the folder file name,
Gone. So then definitely it will throw as an error. Let's do that, because it will definitely happen, right? If I rename to company detail, let's see what it will do and what error message it will show us. You just see. Let's go to, so those things you can able to see only in this dashboard level. Can you see only 2 successes still? Okay, 8:45 start out kada.
Yes, 8:45.
Let's see
how to open this dashboard.
So you go to integration catalogs. Under that we have a SSIS DB, right? Right click on it, go to reports, standard reports, integration service catalog, dashboard. Okay, this is where you will get to know complete information. See, 5 failed. Okay, extra 1 failed, correct? Now we'll see what is the problem. All messages. Okay, let's go back and click on 5. I need to check the latest one, no? Which is the latest one here?
8 is the latest one.
I think 8 is the latest one. You can check the timing here, start time, end time. And let's click on all messages and we can see what is exactly the problem. Yeah, can you see? So it is saying that cannot open the data file, this one, because this file is not exist, right? Maybe let's see if it is giving more in detail information or not. Anything it is giving? No. Come down. Can you see there is a warning message? the system cannot find the file specified. Can you see that? So this is where, see, every information it will give us. Okay, these are some events actually. The SSIS package will always run on a event based. Okay, that events will discuss it, after some time. But this is where you'll get to know what is exactly happening in your package, guys. ప్రతి ఒక్క స్టెప్ చెప్పేస్తున్నది మీకు ఇక్కడ. ఓకేనా? And see here it is showing the warning message. These warnings also very important actually, because in error level, see here it is showing the same error earlier whatever we have seen. Permission issue వచ్చినప్పుడు whatever error it is showing, same error, but permission already we gave, right? Correct? Now if you see the warning, you'll come to know, okay, the system it is not able to find the file, so which means, so there is a problem with the file name or something, you can just assume. Clear? Hello?
The main purpose, only purpose we are deploying the package is to schedule a
Yes,
job, right?
exactly, to automate the process.
Okay, if it is a single time running, you can just directly do it from Visual Studio.
ETLs ante evaru single time run cheyaru most probably. Okay na, but if at all in the development phase we will be running manually. Visual Studio will keep it, and until unless the development complete, we'll run it manually how many times we want. Okay, but once the development is completed, okay, for sure, okay, so we'll automate it. Okay na? So nu cheppinatlu single times kuda untayi annamata. Endukante what will happen, sometimes the client will come and upload the file whenever he want. Understand?
Yes.
Whenever he want to push the data from the file to your database. That time what will happen is, it's not scheduled. Whenever he click on the button saying that browse the file and click on upload button, so immediately your ETL will run. Okay, and then it will push the data. Okay, that is not scheduled one. We are manually running it. అవి కూడా ఉంటాయండి. ఓకేనా? ఏ సినారియోస్ లో అంటే, ఐ కెన్ గివ్ ఎన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. 1 సెకండ్. ఓకే, చాలా మంది ఐటీఆర్ ఫిల్ చేసిండ్రు. ఓకే, లెట్ మీ గివ్ యూ ఏ జనరిక్ సినారియో. ఇక్కడ ఉంది. So I cannot say like Excel or TXT file, but I can give you in terms of PDFs. So now everyone is filling, if you are applying for a passport or any government exams, right? Okay, they want us to fill some details in a website. So whenever you are filling all the details, they want us to preview it, and finally upload that PDF file and click on submit button. Hello?
Yes, yes.
So now they'll not save that PDF file in their system, guys. What they will do is, whatever PDF file you are uploading, right? There are some softwares where they can able to read the data and store it in the database level. Endukante PDF store cheyadam, it's difficult, right? So that's why whatever you are submitting, when you click on the submit, what they will do is, whatever mechanisms they have implemented in the backend, it will try to run and get the information from your PDF, and they will save it in the database level for future case. In the similar way, submit button kodte em chestaru, that mechanism will read the data, right? In the similar manner here also, whenever they are browsing the file and click on submit button, the submit button ki mana package ki link ichuntaru. Understand? For that submit button and for this package, because there will be a .NET team, right? We will give the link, we will give you the path of this, whatever the package they required, we'll give that path. And for that submit button, they will give a link to this. So upon the clicking on submit button, you go and run this package, and JP they're giving a linkage, so that whenever they are browsing and click on the submit button, that ETL will run manually. That's not a automatic process. Okay, automatic ante enti, whenever the client is placing the file, okay, at certain time the ETL will automatically start, okay, without our hand, and it will load the data into the table. So there are two things which will happen in terms of packages. Clear?
అన్న ఇప్పుడు మన ప్యాకేజ్ వచ్చి ఒక ఫైల్ మీద రన్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా అన్న. ఇప్పుడు క్లయింట్ వచ్చేసి డే బై డే డిఫరెంట్ ఫైల్స్ ఇస్తున్నాడు అంటే నేను ఇప్పుడు ఆటోమేట్ చేయలేనుకున్నాను ఆ ప్యాకేజ్.
Then you need to create n number of ETL packages. Okay, package ఉండదు కదా. So if it is a different file and different branch and different complete structure, everything remains different. So in such a case, you need to create separate package, and you need to create the schedules for each and every package separately. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, as Balaji asked, so if a client is keeping on flat files, then this will run, right, sir? So
correct,
if
exactly.
he's keeping
some
other Excel.
No, they should not keep Excel. See, that's why when we are having a discussions with them, right? So we should make sure that boss, this is the requirement which this is the agreement which we have written, like you should always give me the text files, and this should contain only these columns. You should not change any of the file names. You should not change any of the existing column names. If there is a change in any existing column or any new columns comes, you should tell us. And you should not change any data type of the columns. And in the integer column, only integers should come, not any other things. If those things comes, obviously my package will throw an error. So these agreements we should agree whenever we are having initial discussions, because how your ETL will run for your you build a ETL for text file, and if they are placing a Excel file, how it can run? It won't, right?
Yes, correct.
So that's why. Okay, so all these agreements we will be done in the initial time discussion itself. So if there is change in Excel file, so then it's kind of a change request. So what we need to do, again you need to change your SSIS package according to your Excel file. Okay.
Yes sir. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
Next. Yeah, now let's say for suppose my client is not deleting the data inside the flat file, and he's just updating additional rows. So every time the additional rows will be inserted, right?
No, now not only additional, the previous rows also will get insert. So basically what we need to do is we need to eliminate that new rows actually. Not new rows, the old rows. For that we have some mechanism called lookup functionality. By using that we can able to avoid that duplicated rows. So we'll discuss about it anyway.
అన్న ఇప్పుడు 3-4 జాబ్స్ ఒకేసారి రన్ అవుతున్నాయి అంటే ఇప్పుడు డిపెండెన్సీస్ ఉంటే ఎలా అన్న?
Dependencies, yeah, good question. So if the second job is depending on first job, nobody will run 3 at a time, correct? Yes or no?
Okay, అంటే 3 ఒక టైం షెడ్యూల్ చేసేసారు.
చేయకూడదు అది. How will you know if there is a dependency? How will you run 3 jobs at a time?
If first one is successful, then only second
exactly
will run.
Yes. So let's say if the first task is first package is taking 10 minutes, the next is 10, again also 10. What we will do is we will schedule the packages for every 15 minutes, because we really don't know whether it can able to finish within 10 minutes or after 10 minutes. Okay, so that's why we'll put some buffer time, at least of 5-10 minutes on a buffer time petala. Okay, because we may get a more data also, right, in future.
Yes.
So that's why we'll try to put some buffer time, and we'll run in a serial way. If at all there is a dependency. If there is no dependency, go for a parallel execution.
Okay.
Yeah. Next.
రిపోర్టింగ్ అనాలిసిస్ చేసేటప్పుడు సార్ యూజువల్లీ 1 day కి పెడతాం కదా సార్. అంటే
జనరల్లీ 1 day పెడతాం. ఎందుకంటే ఒక రోజు ఒకే ఫైల్ లోడ్ ఏంటది వాట్ ఎవర్ ఫైల్స్ we are getting, we'll try to load once in a day. That's it, all the transactions. Okay, and for each files, if it is a different structures, we will have different packages and different ETL jobs. And if it is a same file, if it is a same structure, I'll show you how to load if we have a multiple files. For an example, I do have a more. Okay, more will contains product details, and there are so many branches. Okay, every branch is maintaining a separate Excel file, but the number of columns, structure, everything remains same. But all are giving different Excel sheets for us. I mean Excel files. So 10 branches means 10 Excel files వస్తాయి కదా, but the structure is same. The only thing is sales details is different. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, in such a situation, we will not create 10 packages because the structure is same, right? Okay, and it has to go to into only single table, more table, let's say, our product details. So our sales details. Yeah, in such situations, we have something called containers. Okay, in a control level, we have something called containers. So by using that containers, what you can do is we can loop the files and we can able to load each and we'll take one file and we'll dump it into the final destination. Okay, these things we'll see later, because there are some other dependencies which we need to discuss first. Okay, then later we'll go for that. Okay, if as of now we are learning how to load a single file. Going forward, we will learn how to load multiple files and all.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Clear?
When we get this ETL, sir, like from taking data from flat files or Excel files and some other sources, so whatever we use that insert into statement in SQL,
Yes,
so
yes.
that we can avoid.
Yes,
with
exactly.
this.
Because if you use insert, how can you transfer? How can you insert lakhs of rows?
Correct.
Correct. So that's where initially we learned how to do it. Okay, so that insert statement anyway, it will be useful for us when we are inserting our internal information. Employees, we will have very less information, right? So there also we'll get Excel files only anyway. Okay, we need to use ETLs to transfer. But if you want to do any man, let's say new guy has joined. Okay, do you require to do a ETL for him to insert that single row? Not required, no. So manually you go and insert. Correct. So if it is a bulk of data,
yes, correct,
definitely your ETL will be useful for us. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next. Any other questions? Okay, are you clear with this deployment and scheduling part? Because generally I used to discuss this point in the end of the SSIS sessions, but I don't know, somewhere it comes initially only. Is it clear? Or you want me to explain the steps again? Hello?
Yes, bro, clear.
You want me to explain the steps once again?
Repeat that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, we need the integration services catalogs to deploy the packages. So first you need to right click and create a new catalog here with this DB name and click on the enable CLR integration and provide the username and password. Okay, do remember that password. Now under that, if you want to create a new folder, so you can create here itself or later you can create it. Now go to your packages, right click, click on the deploy and click on next. Again click on next and provide the SQL Server name where you need to deploy the packages, and then so you just need to select the authentication, then after your SSIS package path. Okay, and once you click on connect, it will ask for the path. Already the path has been given, no, so it will save the same path and click on next, click on deploy. That's it. Just రెండు స్టెప్లు అండి అంతే deploy చేయడం. Okay, but you need to explain all these things like in creating SSIS DBs and all. Yeah, and scheduling is very easy. Right click on the new first you need to enable the SQL Server agent. Right click on the jobs, click on new job, provide the job name, go to steps, new step, provide the step name and choose the SQL Server Integration Services and again provide the server name and path which package you need to run, because in one job only you can schedule one ETL. That's it. Okay, and then go to schedules and put the timings when exactly you want to run. That's it. Your schedule has been done. Okay, and what I will do, we can enable this and disable the package these jobs also. Let's say the client is saying that maybe this schedule is not going to, sorry, this ETL is not going to use for in future case. In such a time, don't delete anything, just disable. See, there is a right click and disable option, disable it, so that it won't run going forward. Because again, if in the future they will come and ask, can you enable that, means if you deleted it, so do you remember all the timings, whatever you had put it over there? No, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes. So it's better if you can disable, nothing will happen. The whatever information it is there, obviously it is same. So going forward, if someone will come and enable it, simply right click and enable it. See, there is an option called right click and enable it, so that whatever timings, whatever the logics inside you put it, it will automatically run.
By
Okay.
default, if a package is disabled, even a job will be disabled, right? So by default, right?
Sorry, come again.
Sir, since you disabled a package, right?
Correct.
Even if there is a occurrence of that job via jobs, that will be disabled by default.
Yes. Other packages will run. Other jobs.
Yeah,
will
other
run.
packages, other jobs will run. Even if you have a job on that disabled package, that will not run.
Yes. Correct. It won't recur at all.
Yeah,
It's kind of a stopping the package.
Yeah,
like that. These are all very important, guys. Okay, they'll definitely ask how will you deploy a package, okay, and how will you schedule a package by using the jobs, okay, and how will you see if something error comes. Okay, if something error comes, go to SSIS DB, right click on it, click on reports, standard reports, and integration services dashboard. So where you can see all the executions. If someone asks what and all the points you will check it over, means just tell them like, I'll see whether it is success or failure. And if it's a failure case, I can see all the failure cases, click on it, and it will go into the in-deep information. And again here, don't go overview or execution performance, go to all messages. Now you can see the complete information here. So you will get to know here, okay, in the events level. Events, we will discuss it later, okay. And here we'll get the complete information of your package, where exactly it is going wrong. Okay, by using that we'll come to know. Okay, and then we can debug the package, guys. Okay, so today what you need to do is write down the notes for derived column and for deployment, as well as for the creating the jobs as well. These three things, it should be there in your notes. It doesn't take much time. Okay, so tomorrow what we will do, again we'll take a few more transformations and we'll try to deploy. Okay, we'll keep on deploy, nothing will happen if you deploy. Okay, we'll keep on deploy the packages, so that we'll habituated for that particular process. Yeah, and you will also get familiar with it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And you try to create more schedule, okay, on top of the existing packages, and make sure there should be a proper what is that, permissions. Okay, if you don't want to give any permissions, do one thing, keep your file in a C folder, because your C will have admin rights. Okay, otherwise give a permission for parent folder always. Okay, write down all this process so in your notes, guys. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the more transformation. I thought to finish today at least 5 transformations. Let it be. At least we completed deployment process and the scheduling process, which is very important. Okay, in real time and interview. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see the remaining transformations. Okay, then. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.